Hello. So thanks for joining us. So we are going to talk tonight about some policies at Stratham Sucker Learning Center. And first, I want to start by saying that we are so excited to be back in school and just a little bit of history. Last year with COVID, we did not offer our after school program or our for SMS friends, for Stratham Memorial School friends, and we didn't offer some of the classrooms. We only had 3 classrooms last year. This year, we are offering 4 classrooms: the Ladybug classroom, the Firefly classroom, the Honeybee classroom, and the Dragonfly classroom. And we are offering Stratham Memorial School's children before and after care. So we're really thrilled to be offering more programming this year and seeing more of our friends. So tonight I'm going to go over a few things with you about our policy around the COVID policies, our communication, our snack and lunch routine, and go over a little bit about the tuition payments. We're going to talk about rest time, napping, and drop off and pickup. And we're going to go over our SCLC calendar. So let's start off with COVID. And really, our goal is to keep COVID out of our school and to really mitigate any kind of virus from spreading in our school. Because if friends are sick, then that could spread, and then other friends can't come to school and staff can't come to school. And so we really want to mitigate any sickness from coming into our school, and especially COVID. So how we're doing that is we're wearing masks inside the building. I'm happy to say that 100% of our staff is vaccinated, and not only our staff, but the church staff is vaccinated as well. So everyone in our building right now is vaccinated. But we're still wearing masks in the building. We're not wearing masks if a friend comes in just to use the toilet or wash their hands in the indoor play space just from outside. We're not making them stop to put on their mask. We're letting them go to the bathroom and then come out. But if we're inside for any amount of time, transitioning to our classroom or in our classroom, we wear a mask. We're washing our hands a lot. And if you don't know how to wash your hands properly, we're teaching the friends, and we turn on the water, get our hands wet, then we turn off the water, we get soap, we wash our hands for 20 seconds, we count to 20, and then we turn back on the water, rinse our hands really well, take 2 towels or 1, dry our hands really well, and throw it in the garbage. That is how you wash your hands. And your friends, your children are becoming experts at it. So going back to the mask, we are asking friends to wear a mask. And if a mask is dirty, we put it in a brown paper sack and put it back in their backpack. Sometimes a friend might change their mask or put their mask in their backpack that's not in a brown paper sack. So if you find a mask in a spot that you didn't put it in, assume it's dirty and that we just didn't get it in a brown paper sack. So you can wash that. We're not having to change our masks very often right now because we're outside so much, but that may change as the weather changes. And we follow the Department of Health and Human Services. We follow their guidelines as far as COVID policies goes. So one of the things that Dr. Chen Dr. Chen says, and he's a leading state epidemiologist, he says that we have to have a low bar for sickness. So that fourth piece of mitigation to keep COVID out or other viruses is keeping our children home if they are sick. And that includes staff. Staff have to stay home if they're sick as well. We are really asking that if there's any symptoms, to please keep your child at home, because if they're sick, somebody else could get sick, and then that child can't come or that staff person can't come. So really, to keep each other healthy and to keep our school open, we're asking you to please stay home if you're sick and get a COVID test. And we'd like a copy of that COVID test to put in your child's file, please, to get COVID tested and then stay home until all of your symptoms have gone away. And I know that's a burden because sometimes that might take a few days because you don't get over a cold in 2 days. So we understand that this is a burden for people, but in order to keep everybody safe, that's what we're asking. We're washing our toys, and we do that in the afternoon or in the high traffic areas. We're washing as well. So those are some things in place that we're doing for COVID. But moving on to something a little more fun is our environment. So we know that children learn through play, and that is why we create an environment that allows children to play. We are a group of early childhood educators that are really passionate about early childhood, and we know that children, while they're playing, learn how to cooperate, how to share, how to, I think the same thing, their social skills, their language skills, their independence, making choices, all of that's happening while they're playing. And some families ask, well, are they learning how to write or learning their letters or colors? And all of that can happen during play, especially when teachers are super intentional in what they're doing. And that's what our staff is. Our staff is super intentional what they're doing, and they create an environment that allows friends to play and learn. So we're really proud of our environment, and I realize that some of the parents are not seeing most parents are not seeing the environment because you're not coming into the building. So we have an app called Caneboo, and everyone should be getting their Caneboo communications by now. So if you are not, please let us know, and we will get you on Caneboo. So, but the Caneboo app is one that it works through email, and so when you can reply back to that Caneboo app. Caneboo message. But just know sometimes when you reply back, we don't see it right away. Sometimes we get a report at the end of the week. But the Caneboo app will allow you to see the environment and see your children in the environment. So hopefully you're getting the pictures and videos or messages from your teachers through Caneboo. If you're not, please let me know. Another way we communicate is through email. And that's our main way that we communicate. We send out a weekly email, and we check our email often. So if you have a question, email is really the best way to reach us. You can call the office, but sometimes we can't answer the phone or we're downstairs or whatnot. So email is probably a quicker way. You can also call me directly on my cell phone number, or you can text me on my cell phone because I usually have my cell phone with me, and if you can't get us any other way, please feel free to call me. We also have a communication folder in your child's backpack this year, and some teachers will send that home weekly, some bi-weekly perhaps, and it's really to go home when we have something that we need to give you, or your child's work or something of that sort. So when the folder is in your child's backpack, please take out whatever you need to take out, and then put it back in your child's backpack so that your teacher will have it when they need to send something home. All right. So I'll talk about snack and lunch. We are offering snack this year through your child's lunchbox or your child's snack bag. So you can choose. Some parents like to know what their child's eating for snacks, so they provide a snack bag, and it's labeled snack bag, and we know that the child can take that and eat anything in it. Otherwise, the child takes their lunchbox, and they can pick one and sometimes two items from their lunchbox for snack. I say two because sometimes the friends are really hungry. We play hard in the morning, we're running around, and friends are hungry. So we do tell them that if you eat it now, you won't have it at lunchtime. And some friends understand that, some are learning. But we do let them pick what they want for snack. So if you want your child to eat something specific for snack, please label it so that we know that that's what you want them to have. And then at lunchtime, we're eating snack outside right now. But at lunchtime, we're eating inside. We're eating in the... and we eat on mats, these big rubber mats, and that we can clean every day. And we're eating on the ground on those mats because it allows us to socially distance from other friends when we, of course, take our mask off to eat lunch. So that's why we're doing it that way. And and lunchtime is about 45 minutes. And then we, right now, are going outside after lunch before rest time. So that leads me to rest time. Rest time and nap time, both of them start at 1 o'clock. So what we're doing is the children that rest, that meaning they don't fall asleep usually, is we're in the big, large exploring classroom, and they lay on their mats for 30 minutes. And we have a tape story. And then we listen to music, and the last 10 minutes, the children can have a treasure box on their mat and play by themselves with that treasure box, the box. And we tell children that they can take off their mask while they're at their mat because they're socially distanced from their friends. And we ask them to put the mask next to them and not play with it or eat it. And that's been going really well. The nappers, if your child naps, goes down the hall and is in a quiet room that's darker. The windows shades are down, and there's light. There's soft music playing, and those friends fall asleep. And those friends are there from 1 until about 2:30 or 2:45, where we wake them up and then transition them around 3 o'clock. So those friends are falling asleep. And we have them in the nap room according to what's on their profile that you sent us. So if we're finding that a child naps at home, but here they're not napping, or they're just growing out of their nap, then we talk to you and ask you if we can move your child from the nap room to the rest room. And so we'll talk to you if that needs to happen. So drop off and pick up. We are doing drop off in the back of the school right now, and it's going really well. And it's a nice transition for friends. You can just pull up and stop at the bottom of the hill, and your child can walk up, or I'll meet them. Or you can walk them in, whatever your comfort level is. But the pickups, drop-offs have been great in the back. Pickup at 1 o'clock is in the front of the school, as you know, and we bring those friends out. So the 3 o'clock pickup, or any time after that, right now, if we're usually outside if the weather is nice. If the weather is not nice, or if we don't see us back there, just call the school and we'll tell you where we're at. Or you can, if you can't get a hold of anybody, again, you can call my cell phone, and I will help you find your child. But if weather is nice, we're usually outside. Okay, so we have the after school friends. As I said, we are offering that after school program for the Stratham Memorial School friends, so they are there as well. So we don't combine the Stratham Memorial School friends and the preschool friends until the numbers allow. There has to be a certain amount of numbers in each group, and then we're allowed to combine them. So that's so if you have a child in both, or if you have a child just in the after school program, you just have to find where they are when you pick them up. So and I wanted to also go over the tuition agreement with everybody. Just point out a couple of things on the tuition agreement. Everyone should have it, and should have already sent it in, and have your payments already scheduled. Kristen, the office administrator, is helping with this, and she will send you a breakdown of your scheduled payments. And I just want to point out a few things: that we are asking for a 2-week notice of any updates or changes in your tuition agreement this year, and that we will have a $5 charge for any changes that need to be done. And then we're also asking for a new tuition agreement, so a new form like this, if you change your schedule. That way there's no mistakes made. And the other thing that I'd like to point out on the tuition agreement is that we're saying no changes can be made in the month of June. So of course, if it's months before, but like June 1st, you can't say, this is what I want to do. We're not changing anything in the month of June. Also, I'd like to point out that you, in the handbook, we do state that you are responsible for all of the programming that you sign up for during the school year, and that summer is a little different, and that we will start summer registration probably around January, and we allow you to pick your schedule in summer. So, for example, if you go on vacation the 1 week in August, then you don't have to sign up for that week in August, and you won't be charged for that week in August. But during the school year, you're responsible for all the programming that you have signed up for. And we are closed. Talking about the calendar real quick, we are closed a couple of the week between Christmas and New Year, excuse me, and we don't charge for that week. But we do charge for the vacation weeks that we are open and Stratham Memorial School is closed. So if you have a Stratham Memorial friend that is in our program, you can sign up for all day care or some, we call it vacation days. And we'll let you know when we're going to send that sign up sheet out, excuse me. We do ask that you sign up for that if you do need care during those vacation weeks, if you're a Stratham Memorial School friend. And I also wanted to point out that November 2nd, Stratham Memorial School has no school and we are open. So we will offer some care for friends that day that go to Stratham Memorial School that are part of our program. And then the other thing I want to point out again is that we are closed between Christmas and New Year's. And you're not charged for that week. So really, make sure I got everything. Those are the main things I wanted to point out from our parent handbook, but there are other things in our parent handbook, so please read over your parent handbook, and the last page is this sign that you read it, and please get this back to us so that we know that you've read the parent handbook, and then we just really want to thank you guys all for sharing your children with us, because we're passionate about early childhood. We really understand that just how important early childhood is, and the early childhood education, I should say. And we're really dedicated to your children. And we just feel so honored that you will share your children with us. And we don't take that lightly. And we are here and we keep your children safe, and we create an environment that your children can play and learn and just get ready for their next chapter, which is kindergarten. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions about anything in the parent handbook or anything at school, please let me know. You can email me or call me, and I'd be happy to talk to you. So thank you for your time tonight, and we'll see you at school. Goodbye.